All right. We have the Nacon Revolution Pro Controller. This is not officially licensed, but it's getting decent reviews, or it got decent reviews on the internet. So we'll see. Look at this. Look at this. Terrible. Terrible. Now, in this video, I'd like to do a little comparison with this versus the Elite controller. We're going to have to edit this out. This is too slow. Okay. Come off. There we go. All right. So this is a PlayStation 4 controller. Probably already said that. Thanks for stating the obvious. Okay. Make sure you see the picture here, what you're looking at. I guess this is a carrying case. Whatever. So that's how it's packaged. Now, this price is now I'm gonna know the second I put this in my hands if I like it or not. You ready? Here we go. Let's fit it and I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I got big hands, but it's like, for instance, these, my finger's like a little down here on this button. It needs to be right here, so in order for me to press it, I'm gonna have to bring, I mean, I could do it like that, but that doesn't feel natural. This is right in the way, right here where my fingers are at. So the holding sticks don't feel too loose. Now, look, this is one of the greatest controllers ever made, I'd say, the Elite controller. All right, you see the design difference here? All right, so this is what I'm used to. You see how this part of my finger fits perfectly right underneath? All right, so that feels nice. Here's the only beef I have with the Xbox Elite controller. It's how loose the sticks are. You guys, I've griped about how loose these sticks are since day one. Now, in a game like Titanfall, it's awesome. It still feels good. You know what I mean? But your regular games, I love the firmness of the sticks. The Xbox 360 controller is the greatest controller ever, in my opinion. Now, see this here, how this is coming down. This kind of feels like a roadblock. This is different than what I'm used to. So I'm gonna have to do a lot more movement of these fingers here. You see that? It's almost like you can hit the trigger and these buttons at the same time. There's hardly any movement between the trigger pull and the left and right button. This here comes down way too much. So triggers, I don't like the triggers, man. They don't feel good. And when I go to press this button and I bring my finger up, my finger right here is hitting this little ledge. It feels cheap, but there are slots here where you can put weights. I looked at some reviews. Now, naturally, there's no way to tell without playing on the controller. It is wired. There are button remaps here, like you can press this button and this button, this button, this button, but pressing these is going to be a pain in the ass. These are pretty much irrelevant. I'm not going to mess with these. So these are the only two buttons I can see myself using. I don't know, man. It's not comfortable. I don't like the triggers. I don't like the trigger pull, and I don't like the left and right button. The sticks feel okay. They feel kind of loose. A lot looser than I'd like. Matter of fact, I want to say they feel just as loose as this Xbox One Elite. Do you know what I mean by looseness, girly girl? Just the resistance in the stick. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick up the Elite controller right now. Go ahead, grab it in your hand. Okay, now feel the sticks. Move them around. Okay, you feel that? Now, I want you to do the same thing with this controller and tell me what you think. Which one feels tighter? Or do they feel the same?
The same.
They feel about the same, don't they? Yeah, see, so, here, take this. You got it? The buttons feel okay. Not liking the triggers, man. Not liking them at all. Now, again, I haven't played. I'll play something before I upload this video. But these coming down are getting on my nerves. I don't like that at all. I'm coming up to hit the button. I need to come up to hit this button here, and this finger is hitting. No. How hard is it to make a controller? We're going to test it out. I can get used to it. There's no doubt about that. So anyway, so there's the packaging. Again, 80 bucks. The Elite controller came in this, which was a substantially nicer packaging. Gosh, I love the Elite controller, okay? If this had firm sticks, this would be the greatest controller ever. Now, let me show you some of the wear and tear that's occurred on this. Now, you all seen how the stick pops down like that. I made a video, RIP Xbox Elite controller. But the thing is it still works. Even though this little ball in here is completely loose, the damn controller still works. Now, I did this a lot. I used to be sitting there just playing around. I'd take it off. I'd put it back on. I'd take it off. I'd put it back on. Just like, I don't know, just for something to do as I'm watching a YouTube video or something on the big screen. So I'm sure that didn't help this here. Now, granted, it's still, I'm not excusing the durability, but I'm sure that that wasn't the ideal situation for this controller, for you to just be taking that off and putting it back on. Now, this one just recently came loose, again. But I don't know who's to blame, the controller or my daughter. She plays Roblox constantly on my Xbox. She plays it a lot. And the other day I come in and this is what she's doing with her hand. I was like, what are you doing? Playing on your controller. I just spit on it too. Playing on your controller. I was like, you use your thumb, not your hand. It's like she was grinding the damn thing. And now this is loose. What if I had this a little over a year? This is loose. And I understand it can be fixed. But I mean, look at this. Come on, man. This thing stays plugged into the Xbox at all times. When I'm done with it, it goes onto the table. Where I plug these in, one of them still clicks. The clicking for this one is gone. It still works, but the button press, you don't get that feeling of a button press. You just got to press it and know it's going to work. It just, I don't know, man. It doesn't feel good. I want that button press confirmation. I want that sound, and you don't get that. So this is tore down tremendously over a year's time. And I just, God, for 150 bucks, that's very disappointing. This feels a lot cheaper. It feels a lot cheaper in your hand than this does. But once you put the weights in, I'm sure this will feel better. All right, we're going to run some games on it. I just got the Call of Duty beta. Blaze pre-ordered it. And we'll run a game, and then I'll upload a video and let you know what I think of this controller. Okay, so I've played with this controller for 2 days now. You got to go to the website, the Nacon Revolution Pro Controller. You download this software here, and it's actually very intuitive, actually. I mean, you got your dead zones here, you got your different profiles here, and you know how picky I am when it comes to controls. So if you look at the profiles, every profile is different, and every single profile I can feel the different sensitivities. I am that picky about my controls, and when I'm dealing with loose sticks like these, it's very, very aggravating. The mapping, very easy. These buttons, again, may as well be irrelevant because they're too much of a pain in the ass to push. It's just in a bad spot for your finger. These are doable back here, but you know, whatever. Triggers, you can turn that all the way down. There's a lot of play in the triggers. So instead of going all the way down, it goes off about right there, which is nice. Got that on the Elite. The joystick actually has more options. You got the radius here. This has more options than the Elite controller. And 4 different profiles is pretty impressive. I like that. Now the macros is interesting if you're a fighter fan, because what you can do is you can set up like a combination, like down, like here you'd go down, right, angle, left, right, whatever your fighting combinations are, BA, start, and press it, and it'll do that combination for you in a fighting game. Now that seems like some real chintzy chicken shit ass shit, but if you're a fighter fan and can get away with it, I mean, why not? You know what I mean? That's probably the most impressive thing. If it even works like that, that's how it says it works. I haven't tried it, so I can't speak for it. Excuse me. I can say the sensitivity works, the mapping works, and the triggers work. 4 different profiles. Here's how you switch them. 2, 3, 4, and it all works good. Now, here's the thing. Like I said before in the unboxing, this is uncomfortable, but I can definitely get used to it. These buttons are irrelevant. This controller is a bust for me. After 2 days use, I've spent about, I want to say I've spent about 3-4 hours with the controller on the Call of Duty beta. It all boils down to this. The sticks are just too damn loose. They're just too loose. You know what I mean? This controller right here was the perfect blend. You know what I mean? You remember my gripes with the Xbox One controller from the start of the generation, of the Xbox One generation, were the loose sticks. This was perfect to me. It's not too loose. It's not too tight. It's perfect. They got it perfect. And like, this is doable. I'm not saying it's not. It's just, it doesn't feel comfortable. It's not comfortable to me. And with the combination of this for $80, stick it up your ass. I'm not going to do it. Now, if loose sticks don't bother you, I'd say go for it. It's not broken. The functionality, everything works the way it says it's supposed to. I can feel the different sensitivities with each profile that I switch it to. So from that aspect, it does work. But this looseness is just not comfortable for me. When I switched back to this, oh, it was so much better. And you got to think the trigger pulls are kind of irrelevant, because all you got to do is make these your aim down the sights, and this you're shooting. And then you get that quick response time with the triggers. So basically what I'm cheating myself out of is the paddles. And, you know, I might break down and just do a scuffed controller. Or not, because I got the Xbox Elite controller on the Xbox, and that's where I play most of my multiplayer games, because that's where my son's at. So there you go. That's my review. It's a good controller, I guess, for $80, but it's just not my cup of tea. Not for $80, not with these loose-ass chintzy sticks. Just too loosey-goosey. I don't like it. Yeah, that's it.